and this is another slam-packed episode of God, Grace, and Ghana. We have noticed a trend going across. Of course, you always see the African babies on a lot of these commercials. They're starving, and you see the destitution, and you see flies flying around and all that. And this is not to say that there is not poverty in African countries, because there is. But guess what? There's poverty in all nations. Yes, here in the great old U.S. of A., there's poverty. There's people in need and want. However, there is a difference in the poverty between the two nations, and that is what we want to talk about today, the difference in poverty.
And we're going to start with the great U.S. of A. The people here that are in
poverty.
It's different. We have a lot of
poverty.
Look, guys, I've been struggling with that word.
So when she paused, I think that's what she wanted me to come cut in.
Not that time. I'm gonna do this.
Okay, tap me, baby. Okay.
But we have a lot of places here that will assist the people here who are who have less than. Stop it. We have what they call Section 8 for those who are unable to pay their rent. The government will pay their rent for them. We have food stamps for those who need food. The government will give them food. You know, the government will give them money for those who don't have any money so they can pay their bills. They have places that will help them pay their electricity bill, clothe them. There's no reason why anybody in America should be homeless or on the street begging. If they are, I feel that it's because they do not want to follow the rules. Because everybody has to follow rules. I have to follow rules. I have rules that I have to follow. And I work. So, you know, it's just people don't want to follow policies. The people who have mental disabilities that are out on the street not taking their medication. Because they can get help too for free. They just have to stay on their medication. You know, we have people out here that picket and have signs saying I'm a veteran. They can't have a place for the veterans here. They would give a veteran a place to live quicker than they will someone else because they're a veteran. So I just feel like nobody should be out on the street begging or for food, for money, or shelter.
Yeah, the VA would give you free health care. All you got to do is sign and show that you're DD-214 and prove that you're a veteran. You get health care. You get buried for free. A veteran. Now, not to say that you go anywhere and they just give you a job, but as far as assistance, there's plenty of places in America you can get assistance. As far as lodging, you have the YMCA. You know, as far as they got shelters. They have, as far as clothing and stuff, they got like the Purple Heart. They got Goodwill, Salvation Army. There's all kind of. They got the food bank as far as getting food. They have the food bank. They got a lot of churches here that have food banks as well. What I'm trying to say is in America, as far as having a roof over your head, some kind of clothes on your back, and food, there are plenty of programs all around to take care of that. People who have retired and have very little income left or on their Social Security, on their pension, they got something called Meal on Wheels. And that's a service where they bring the lunch. I believe it's lunch only, right?
Mm-hmm.
They bring the lunch to the locations. Maybe you have a senior facility, you know, and so they'll pull up and they'll, feed the seniors lunch. So, at least, I don't know. I think Agent Orange tried to cut that program out.
He's trying to cut a lot of those programs out for them. That's what he does.
Yeah, well, we have to deal with a person here in charge of the United States right now, time of this taping, who I like to lovingly call Agent Orange, but or Tupac. But anyway, dealing with this guy, he's trying to cut all these facilities out to help people. But when we say the government, we mean us, middle class Americans. These things aren't free. What they do is basically they tax us to death. So all the people that's been taken care of, the people in poverty, the people in impoverished, in need,
lazy,
and them too, or just want to follow the rules, or just on drugs, or we can go on with that, just want to be drunk. But you got people in both classes now. So let's call them all out. You got those that want to work that may have some issue. Then you got those that just lazy, and you got the gamut all in between. Bottom line is the middle class is taken care of. Okay, now me and my lovely wife have no problem. It's biblical to take care of those in need. It's biblical. It's also biblical to say if a man will not work, neither shall he eat. That's scripture too. So there's a difference between enabling somebody and helping somebody. Mm-hmm. This thing about not working and then you forever on welfare, forever getting and it's not called food stamp. They call them. They get a Lone Star card now in Houston, in Texas. Now it's called a Lone Star card elsewhere. So I don't know what you call it elsewhere. So let's use welfare then or whatnot. Bottom line is the middle class is carrying the weight. The rich is not paying for this stuff. They don't get taxed. They write everything off. The middle class is carrying the burden for all of society here in the United States. That's just the way it is, and it's going to get worse because of Mr. Oligarch there in the presidency. But that's the difference. The poor in the United States are poor, but they are taken care of. The poor in Ghana, in Africa, a lot of them nations, they don't have all these systems set up. Mm-hmm. They got to get out there and hustle. They got to get out there. We see people with stuff on their head selling fruits and vegetables. You see people out there just doing things, but they got to get out there and hustle and get it.
They were doing. They weren't begging. They didn't hold signs up. They weren't begging. They were out there selling stuff. They didn't have their hand out begging for anything. And that's another difference between here and over there.
Now, as you can see, we have people under the bridges. As you can see, we have people pushing baskets and people, doing like that. And again, this is debatable. Some people say that they don't need any more assistance because we just described to you all the assistance that you can get in America. And some people say that they do. We're not here to argue either way, but we are here to show you that, yes, there are people on the street corners in America. This is more for people outside of America who, again, see the bling of the American dream, see the mansions they show you in California and Florida and whatnot, and don't show you that. It don't show you this. See the trash we have on the streets and under the bridges. You see that. Okay? Well, we also want to show you, which you mentioned, the Salvation Army, the Purple Heart, the housing that you can get. I think in a previous video we showed government housing, government apartments. Well, they give you housing. They call it housing.
Yeah, and with that program, the housing program, if someone has a house and they want to list their house, housing will pay for them to live in that house. Nice homes, not no shack. Nice homes that the government is, willing to pay for somebody to go and stay in.
So, are they poor in America? Yes. Are they better off than Africans? Yes. Yes. Why? They get a lifeline in America. They don't get one in Africa. The lifeline is, again, the middle class, the taxes that we pay for a lot of these programs. And the donations, some of this is the donations. Supposed to be, quote unquote, non-profit. They make a profit. But the donations that from good-hearted people that want to help people, they donate food and clothing, and so that takes care of them. So if the people in America, if the people in Africa seem more, quote unquote, destitute, that's for good reason. No lifeline.
They are the lifeline.
Right. Okay. So I hope that's been informative, and like I said, we don't want it to seem like there are not any poor in America. Again, for those that don't live here, at the same time, there is an advantage to being poor in America. It's a fact. That's true. That's one of the things about America that I would say you'd be better off. Put it like this: if you was in America or another place, you're probably better off in America if you're poor and you got no money, because they're gonna make the middle class take care of you, basically. Okay. We hope you enjoyed that episode, and we hope no one took offense by anything we said. We try to be factual about the stuff that we said, and we just wanted to show the difference, because we keep seeing videos and people saying things that we think may be a little bit skewed in some respects, and in some respects it's fair. We love you with godly love. I'm Pat.
I'm Renita.
Bye. Okay, this one is poverty. I don't know how I'm gonna put this. Comparing poverty.
Say it.
Poverty. Poverty.
Poverty.
Say poverty.
Poverty. Poverty.
Poverty.
Poverty.
Poverty.
Poverty.
What did I Google? Needy. Those in want.
Property. Property.
Not property. No. Those in need. Those in want. I forgot the word I came up with. It was a good word too.
Poverty.
No.
Say it. What?
Poverty.
Poverty. Poverty. How is it that I could say it this morning? Poverty.
You was nailing it this morning.
Poverty. Poverty.
No. Where's my phone? We gotta find a word.
Poverty.
No. No.
You're not letting me finish.
You started out. That's the point that you messing up.
Oh, poverty.
No.
Poverty.